Welcome, good morning. In preparation for Pesach, and being that we're all in our own respective homes due to the current medical situation, so we are going to have a charusa learning of these two beautiful maamarim. They are available still, I'm pretty sure, on Amazon. The delivery might be a little slow, but they're there. I wanted to do these two maamarim as opposed to other maamarim for a few reasons. Number one is that I feel like it's such a beautiful way to enter into Pesach by living with this concept of Yetzias Mitzrayim. So maamarim were said. The first one was said on Yud Aleph Nisan in honor of the Rebbe's birthday, but the maamar is about preparations for Pesach. And the second one was says on Acharon Shel Pesach, and the Rebbe actually, both of them were said in the year 5734, which is 1974, and the Rebbe actually said them in Yiddish. They were transcribed by the Chazim in Hebrew, so the text is in Hebrew. So for anybody, generally the Living Chassidus crowd, the Hebrew is a bit easier to work with. And actually built Timoga, just a heads up about that. They were not formally edited by the Rebbe. The first maamar speaks beautifully about the concept of Yetzias Mitzrayim. All these funny things that we do, we dip the karpas in the salt water, and we lean, and we drink 4 cups, and we do all these things that, for many of us at that time, at the time of the Seder, it doesn't really feel like freedom. Like, that's not how we define freedom per se. But in reality, the Rebbe is going to speak about what freedom really is and why is it that how to work through our personal freedoms, and then we can actually live with these concepts of freedom throughout the Seder. And also, if we're learning about it before the Pesach, before Pesach comes, so we can also prepare ourselves for that freedom throughout our day-to-day life. And that way, when Pesach comes, it's just this culmination of greatness, this culmination of everything we've worked for. And now Hashem is really giving us this power to free ourselves from our own constraints and our own limitations and the things that hold us back. Then the second maamar that was said on Acharon Shel Pesach is all about the splitting of the sea, the Kriyas Yam Suf. And so it does a beautiful job at explaining how the Kriyas Yam Suf, the level of being in the Yam Suf, the level of being within the water, kind of like fish in water. They're so connected to their source. If you take a fish out for long enough and they're not connected to their source, then chas v'shalom, they die. So for us who are not connected to our source, we're not plants that are stuck in the ground. We are free to walk around and make our way through. We may not feel that connection to our source as well, but we get to walk in the same place as where the water is. We get to walk in the seabed during Kriyas Yam Suf. And so we're combining our ability to be disconnected from our source, but yet be in a place where it has to be connected with our source, such as the ocean. That's a long explanation, but the point is, it's a beautiful maamar about how to take these concepts that we learn and actually live with them throughout the rest of the year and really internalize them for our ultimate Yetzias Mitzrayim, our ultimate Yetzias Galus, and that's going to happen right here, right now, as we learn this maamar. So I wanted to start with the introduction, and I hope you guys can join, because especially with such a intense and unsettling time, we have to realize that we have to turn to Hashem. We really need to turn our heads and our hearts and our souls, and instead of turning to the news and constantly thinking about what's going to be with the world and how are we going to survive and what's going to happen, we need to think and say, I have to turn to the Creator who created this all, and I have to show Him that I know and I believe that this is His doing, and that He has a plan, and the plan is going to be what's best for all of us. And so it's going to Mitzvah Hashem, bring us to Geula with Mashiach right now. Hope to see you guys next time.